Today I would like to give you all a brief history on the United Fruit Company. It was founded March 30th, 1899, with the merger of the Boston Fruit Company and a number of other banana producers located throughout Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Cuba, the Dominican Republic, and Jamaica. It was initially capitalized at $11 million, and by 1930, it had reached a value of nearly $215 million. An important concept to understand when talking about the United Fruit Company and their history is the existence of the Panama disease that ravaged the countries in which they were located. Panama disease destroyed bananas and all other crops planted on the land, and it rendered the land completely unusable. This caused the United Fruit Company to continually acquire new lands to expand their crop to when their old plantations eventually did contract the Panama disease and their bananas died. This is an important thing to understand to when you see their expansion and their later years of existence. They're often referred to as El Pulpo, which means octopus in Spanish, by the Latin American press for their exploitation of laborers, influencing of governments, and bribing of officials. In 1904, writer William Sidney Porter coined the term Banana Republic. From the United Fruit Company, the Banana Empire, I quote, "I would not be reporting unreservedly if I failed to direct the attention of the department to a source which is an ever-present factor. I speak of the United Fruit Company and its subsidiaries and its railroad connections. In order to obtain these concessions and privileges and to secure their undeserved enjoyment, it, the United Fruit Company, has seen fit to enter actively into the internal politics of these countries, and it has pursued this course so systematically and regularly until it now has its ramifications in every department of the government, and is the most important factor in all political movements and actions." By John Ewing, U.S. Minister to Honduras in 1918. Their exploitations continued to ramp up in severity, eventually culminating in 1928 when a number of workers in one of their plants in Colombia did a general strike. The United Fruit Company then pressured the U.S. government, which in turn pressured the Colombian government to put down the protesters. Colombian troops under General Cortés Vargas ended up killing nearly 3,000 Colombian strikers. In 1951, Jacob Arbenz is elected as the president of Guatemala. This is an important election in the history of the Fruit Company because Arbenz had a communist agenda under which he was renationalizing the lands which the United Fruit Company had taken from the peasantry of Guatemala. This harmed the United Fruit Company's profits and their holdings, and they pressured the U.S. government, which in turn had the CIA back a coup in 1954, which overthrew Arbenz's administration. After the coup and the government which replaced him, all the lands nationalized from the Fruit Company were returned to United Fruit Co. Even though they had a long history of controversy and a lot of infamy, they still continued on to be an important business in the world stage. In 1968, Eli M. Black became the United Fruit Company's largest shareholder, and in 1970, he merged the United Fruit Company with AMK to form the United Brands Company. However, the United Brands Company did not last very long because due to a series of mismanagement and natural disasters which ravaged a lot of their plantations under their ownership, they eventually fell into bankruptcy, which led to in 1984, billionaire Carl Lindner Jr. took control of the company and renamed it to Chiquita Brands International. Chiquita Brands continued the same business model of the United Fruit Company and were one of the world's largest manufacturers and marketers of bananas. In 2007, Chiquita International was put on trial in a federal court and pled guilty to aiding and abetting of a terrorist organization with a donation of more than $1.7 million in funds to the United Self-Defense Forces of Colombia, pictured below. Despite all of the circumstances going around with the company, In 2014, Chiquita Brands merged with Fifths to create Chiquita Fifths. Chiquita Fifths remains the world's largest banana manufacturer and marketer to this very day. Thank you for listening.